What's up, everybody? Welcome to a 4-part series on shoulder health. I get questions about shoulders all the time, probably one of the most common areas where people will feel pain when they lift weights. And with me today, I have the great Dr. Justin Brink. We've talked about him on the podcast before. He's our go-to mobility and correctional exercise specialist. So, shoulders. Why do people hurt in their shoulders so often?
Because they don't move how they're supposed to. we like to sit at desks all day long. We don't move them. Mm-hmm. So now we want to go to the gym, we want to use them, and they don't want to work.
So we've identified like 4 common areas where the shoulder tends to bother people. The most common, or the first most common one, is where people feel pain in the front of the shoulder. And I'll hear people say things like, I can't bench anymore, or overhead press anymore because I feel pain right here, right in the front. So why is that, and what can we do? Can we have something simple maybe that people can do to help that?
Super simple stuff to do, for sure. A lot of the conditions are, they have an impingement syndrome, they can have arthritis because they just haven't moved. They could have, worst cases like a frozen shoulder. They could have, rotator cuff issues or labrum tears. So a lot of these areas that cause pain in the front of the shoulder, it's because we're always in this forward drawn position. So we like to sit here, right? And we want to tell ourselves, oh, let's have better posture, but better posture only lasts for about 30 seconds, right? And then we go right back into this bad posture again.
Now that's a great point, talking about how when we try to correct our posture, how that only lasts a short period of time. Is that because we're having to consciously fix our posture and the muscles themselves aren't really doing it for us? And what I mean by that is, it's not natural.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not natural, and your body tends to go to what you do majority of the day. Majority of the day is you spending your time here.
Okay.
Practice makes perfect. Well, if you're only practicing 100 times and it lasts for 30 seconds, it's like, do the math.
Excellent. So I'm going to guess that you're going to show us a movement that helps put us in that position by strengthening the muscles that do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. All right, what are we doing?
Easy. So we have a foam roller here. So this is the rumble roller. What we do is go ahead and just lay on your back, head at one end, butt at the other end.
Okay. Now I'm using this super uncomfortable foam roller.
Yeah.
Probably not the best one to use for this particular movement.
No,
a smooth one would work fine.
Smooth would be the best.
But here at Mind Pump Media, we do things the hard way.
That's right.
Okay, so you want basically my spine.
I want your spine on it. So again, head at one end, butt towards the other. So slide up just a little bit more if you can.
Okay, so you want my hips and head on it.
I want hips and head, there we go. Arms gonna come up out to the outside here. Now the ultimate goal is I would like to get your elbows and wrists on the ground just to begin with.
Oh boy, see that's already difficult for me.
So now as I'm gonna go through and correct you, the number one thing that I'm gonna look at is I wanna make sure you have good spine health.
Got it.
So your arms are going to do what your spine sort of dictates it to do,
okay.
Right? So the first thing is I wanna see is, can you even flatten your lumbar spine onto the foam roller? So as you're sort of going into a little posterior pelvic tilt, and then the next thing is I move up, mid-back is going to be on there. Next thing is I want you to tuck your chin.
Okay.
So we're almost thinking like you're lengthening your spine here. So if you're taking like your tailbone and you're pushing it to the wall below you, you're tucking your chin, I want you to take your eyes and try and look at your thighs.
Oh, okay.
A lot of little points here, right? And the little points are gonna make the biggest difference overall. So then I want you to take like the top of your head and you're almost trying to take it to the door above you.
Excellent.
So eyes are always gonna wanna wander. I want you to keep your eyes trying to look at your knees, keep your back flush. And then as you have your arms, laying out to your side, you can see here just your asymmetry already. Mm-hmm. I can see your left wrist is popping off the ground here. The right one was sort of flush.
Very interesting. I did not know you'd be pointing out my imbalances on camera. I appreciate it.
So as we go through this, your job is this, I call it, it's a foam roller angel. It's like a snow angel. Right, so what I want you to try and do is keep the back of your wrists on the ground and just slowly bring your arms all the way above your head. As you're doing this, you're creating that retraction. So you're opening up your pecs.
That is very, very difficult.
So
this is eye-opening for me.
So as you're doing this, again, I want you to make sure that your lumbar spine stays tucked, okay? Chin stays tucked, you're still looking down here, and you can start to see where your hands want to start to come up. So for you, I'd want you to go to that challenge point and then you stop right there and hang out. Now, focus on some good breathing, because right now your lung, capacity here is starting to get shorter because you're tightening everything up through your rib cage. So here again, I want that lumbar spine to be nice and flush. Pull the chin down, look to the lowest point, and just take your hands and like you're trying to reach to the wall above your head as you're still pulling down towards the ground.
Oh boy, that's lots and lots of tension. I feel like as if I'm getting traction in the spine while really working the muscles of my back.
Yeah. So you'll feel a lot of those muscles creating that retraction.
And then do I come down?
Yeah, and so as you come down, now what I want you to do is you're gonna make a W, okay?
Oh boy.
So as you start to make that W, I'm wanting you to sort of pinch your elbows to the side of the foam roller. Now same thing, you're gonna wanna arch right through that thoracolumbar area. So we want you to keep pinning your low back to the foam roller while you're trying to bring your elbows right to your side. And as you're doing this, you're gonna feel the posterior part of your shoulder really kicking in as well, but you're getting a good stretch through the pecs and the pec minor. Keep trying to pull your wrists to the ground, keep tucking your chin, flatten the back.
Excellent. So that would be 1 rep from there?
And that's 1 rep right there.
Okay. Now how fast or slow should I be doing this?
Slower the best.
Oh, so real slow, lots of tension.
So you may only do 2 or 3 repetitions, that's it. And then, when you want to reset again, arms are gonna go straight out to the side, and you're gonna slowly bring them all the way back above your head again.
Oh boy, this is very intense, very challenging. I can feel all those muscles on my back engaging, and I can really feel it's challenging my shoulder mobility. Now, my shoulders are healthier than the average person's. I do have issues with shoulder mobility. It's one of the areas I have to constantly work on. And this is, honest to God, my very first time doing this particular movement. It's got a lot of value. Holy cow. This could be an excellent primer before an exercise.
Oh, definitely.
I could see how this would place me in a nice position for a bench press or even an overhead press.
And even those people with bad posture.
Okay.
Right? The ones like, I don't have time to go to the gym and work out. Just if you have a foam roller, because most people do, right? Here, lay on the foam roller first thing in the morning. Prime your body for the day, not just for your exercise.
So you would recommend this daily?
Definitely.
This movement. How many reps should people aim for? I just did 1 there, real slow.
My thing is do it as often a day as you can.
Okay.
Right? So if you have the ability to do it somewhere, you go ahead and do it.
And so I do a rep or 2?
Yeah,
and
just
then,
do 1 or 2.
and
But
then,
if you're doing it 20 times a day, perfect, there you go.
So that's a great tip. So rather than doing 1 hardcore session, it's probably better, and this is true for, we know this
Most
for
things.
exercise,
Yeah.
to do it more frequently rather than 1 intense session.
Yep.
Excellent. Look, we post a new video every single day, so subscribe to this channel. Also, there's a link at the end of this video for 30 days of coaching for free. Check it out.